The parents who are watching this should also understand the pain of school managements trying to exploit the teaching resources in the society. It's very difficult. But you should also note that schools like Everbeen are always cautious in taking the best stuff among teachers in the country. As you all know, we receive close to 1,000 resumes every year, and we select 40 or 50, then you can understand the best quality of education. And as one of the camera shows, the teachers who are seated in this hall are belonging to those best categories. And when we talk of today's teachers, before we discuss which is required more, brain or heart, today's teachers, knowingly or unknowingly, fortunately or unfortunately, have certain compulsions, certain decisions they take, the attitudes that they nurture among themselves cannot be attributed to them alone. Today this profession has gone for a negative change. Those who take to this profession, again a good number of them, look for more holidays, look for less number of working hours each day, look for 2 or 3 breaks, big breaks like quarterly, half-yearly and annual in between. Look for unforeseen eventualities like rain, shine and other issues that force the school managements to close the school. This being the case, Everbeen taking up this topic today should throw interesting discussion about the quality of education elsewhere also. So when we discuss these things, the motto is to compel, force by inspiration those few teachers who may not belong to the best, either in Everbeen or elsewhere. The idea is this: every teacher has to be the best. What can the school management do to achieve this goal? And this program has given the right answers. Even now I know, late evening we have met and this debate is going to pick up. There are some 350 teachers sitting here, and I am compelled to say as a general educationist that the at least 150 hearts teachers have left in their houses, their homes, and only their bodies have come here. It is but natural they might have been shouted at by their husbands, their fathers. They may be very angry over the management decision to sit in the evening, but we have to go ahead with our goal. Sooner or later, the teachers, the reluctant teachers, they will understand, and this is part and parcel of our profession. And this is where Everbeen draws a clear line of distinction. And the great teachers today are going to battle it over heart or brain. First, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that there is no such thing as heart when it comes to feeling or emotion. As the scientists say, as the doctors say, as the researchers point out, the chief function of the heart is to pump the blood, and the duty is over. All other emotions, feelings, anger, thirst, whatever the mind or the brain or heart that we speak of today, it primarily emanates from the brain. But we should forget this conclusion, because we should assume today that heart is heart, by what we have meant it, and similarly brain is brain as we always interpret. This particular point, it is my duty to point out, because some of the parents may remind us that there is no such thing as heart when it comes to emotions and thinking. And children, you should also, if you are watching this debate, you should also know, right from your childhood, right from the early age, you should also make a clear-cut definition about this, brain and heart so that you will put into function as the years pass in your future. Confining this discussion to classrooms, the teaching learning process, we should say brain means the knowledge of the teacher, the ability to transform that knowledge to the students, the brilliance of the teacher to make the teaching very easy for students to understand, the extraordinary ability of the teaching community to transform the lives of students, the tactics of a teacher to remove slow learning in gradual paces, the courage of the teacher not to fear higher class boys or girls who do not follow our line, the courage to make amends in their lives also. So all these categories belong to the brain as we discussed today. And while coming to the heart, heart is all about application of sympathy towards the students, understanding their needs, thinking from the point of view of students, huge passions and tolerance in dealing with their mischief, misbehavior, non-cooperation, and being humanistic in dealing with the indiscipline, noise factor, and even that extends to the parent student problems that we face today, as the awareness of parents is on the high side. So all these belong to the heart category, and I know that the speakers will also interpret this way and speak to you. And whenever someone is cruel, violent, greedy, what do we ask? Do you have the heart? That is what we ask. This way you should also understand. And similarly, when someone makes a mistake, misses something, makes blunders, serious blunders, or look to be foolish, or some students do not score marks, we ask them, do you have the brain? Or do not you have the brain? So this is how our society, our societies elsewhere, across the borders also, they interpret the brain and heart. So now there is a clear definition before us about the heart and brain, should there be any confusion already. And what can a teacher with the brain, or what can a teacher with the heart do in classroom? In how many ways and means the heart can be applied inside classroom? In how many ways and means the brain can be applied inside classrooms? This is also a good food for thought today for all of us. It's an inner side where even parents may not understand, so we cannot discuss it for long. But since teachers are present right before us, it is our duty to point out at least some. Let us see, when a student never follows the teaching of the teacher, two factors. First, brain. You have to apply brain. You should wonder yourself, why this particular boy or girl has not been following me? Am I not teaching well? Is my teaching not effective? Am I not explaining to the extent that the boy understands it? So these are the questions brain should ask. And even after the brain does a research and finds out something, and the teacher comes to the conclusion that it is not the fault of the teacher, even then the teacher cannot afford to be angry. Then the brain should resign the job and the heart should take over. Call the student nearby, ask the boy or girl what exactly is going wrong or right with him or her, what is the real problem. Talk to the student, gets to know the problems. As we discuss in teachers meeting, we cannot ask students, do you understand? Did you understand? We should always ask the students inside classroom whether my teaching has yielded the results, whether I explain to the extent that you understand it thoroughly. This is what we should ask the students. The extreme teaching levels of efficiency. So this is about one example of the inside classroom application of brain and the heart. And so many situations, you are the best judges today. Even though I have assumed the role of a judge today, you are the best judges, the teachers seated before me. You know many situations, you are facing many situations, how you have handled, what kind of dividends those activities of the teacher in relation to the problems that you witness inside classrooms have yielded. You know it well. So just one example I have given. So if you have to take side, this is the brain side, this is the heart side. If we have to defend, why we have to take sides today? That is the center of attraction today. Everyone wants to know why we should take side. Both are important. Which is required more, brain or heart? Then we have to take a side. And when we do this, I personally feel that application of heart should take the back seat and application of brain should take the driver's seat. This is my point always. When I am forced to be one of the speakers, I will take the brain side and win the case, in fact. Because education is a serious business. You should draw a line of distinction for a student between the classroom and the bedroom or hall of the student in his house. This is what I would like to tell you. And parents should also understand. To take care of the boy or the girl is your duty. Primarily I am saying. To take care of your son's education or your daughter's education is our duty, again primarily. So education is a serious business where a decent, sufficient sense of fear has to be there in the mind of the student. You cannot be too personal with the students. And where is the time for the teacher to apply the heart or the brain in rotations? Most part of the time, the teacher is forced to apply only the brain. Now let us take for example, statistics that is, rotating in our country. Times magazine in the US has selected top 200 universities in the world. And none of them is from India. Not even one university. Now you answer this question, whether teacher needs the brain or the teacher needs the heart. When we speak of heart, there is some misunderstanding. If you go back to the Gurukulam system of education, sympathetic, humanistic, slow, patient, education was imparted. What was the population those days? What is the population today? How much was the resource those days? How much is the resource today? This is another point of interest. So, when we apply heart, when we go slow, the quality of education apart, the quantity of education will have to be sacrificed to a great extent. So, this is something the teacher, the professional teacher, an official teacher, the relationship between the students and the teachers. When we speak of these things, the primary duty of the teacher to impart powerful education to the students. Once, twice we can forgive a student. Not more than that. The student in no time should pick it up, should take the message of teaching from the teacher. This is the need of the hour today in India. So the application of brain, particularly for the teacher, has to be supported this way. Take the case of parents today in cities. They send the children to schools. When the children go back in the evening, they are again sent to tuition centers. Is the mother applying heart? Why should we apply the heart then? That may be the question. No one is ready to give the child rest. No parent is ready. Who forced the situation into the lives of the students? You cannot blame the teacher. Teachers are a single stakeholder in this, but there are many stakeholders who should answer this question. So school is the only place where education takes place. Their brain should take the prime stage. And this is, as I told you, this is my personal view, and which parents should also understand the problem, the dilemma of the teachers to impart so many things, particularly when they don't find time to apply the heart. And this NEET is the latest issue, National Eligibility and Entrance Test for the medical examinations, medical seats. And now there are some 25 types of syllabus in the country, but only one exam, one competition is now recommended by the Supreme Court. It's again a problem for the student community. We told the 10th and 12th standard matriculation students a few days back as they left the school for the time being, I told them, be prepared to suffer more. Be prepared to work longer hours. You are going to be in trouble soon. You have to face national level tests very soon. It may be extended to engineering also in the next pace. I told them, now the teacher must enrich the brain first, and then make the children brain to be enriched too. This is the need of the hour. This is the compulsion that we are talking today. So when the teacher takes too much time to apply the heart and solve the problems that are prevalent inside classrooms, I don't think the effective results will be there. And the speakers, then they will also put forth this point very soon. And normally, if the brain is not applied, there will be branding that takes place. Teachers, you yourselves are doing this. We are calling someone tube light who is not understanding, slow learner, dull-headed. Why are these students called so? The first reason is the teacher has not applied brain in full, finding out various ways and means in which this dullness can be eliminated. And the system of education or the school management should devise certain plans so as to eliminate this dullness. So all these issues that we talk now are related to the brain factor. And of course, we are all human beings, and we should also apply heart, but as we underline the word more, which has to be applied more, whether it is heart or brain, then we have to reserve the judgment. So saying so, parents or teachers should not interpret that brain is more important than the heart. You are going to listen to the teachers who are going to be in full flow of their arguments. And we are not robo machines. We are not robots inside classroom. I am strict teacher, professional teacher. Let me throw points, you pick it up and write the exam and go out. We cannot say. We are not animals, neither the students nor the teachers. We are not animals. We cannot strictly tell them, take my pen, I have a lot of knowledge, take it. I am giving now. When I throw something, I should ensure that it is picked up appropriately by the takers, the students. There you have to apply the heart. 40 types of students are inside classrooms. The first time I throw, only 5 will pick it up. Next time I have to throw, I may not have the stuff. Again I have to think over it. When I think over it, it is a brain application. But when I have the passions to complete the 40 types of students' demands, their needs, then I have to apply heart. Otherwise, I am not a successful teacher. A successful teacher should also apply heart to the core. Their heart comes into play. And I should also remind you of the famous punchline by Rajinikanth in Badshah. I don't consult this, I consult this, he said. I take decision after consulting the heart, not the brain. What a beautiful sentence. One line, it extends to thousands interpretations. As we all see in our life, when we shed tears, someone's failure to apply the heart is the reason. you should always attribute it. When I shed tear, someone has not applied the heart and they have caused the tears. So, a teacher full of brain, if she or he does not apply the heart to the levels required, again it will be a futile exercise. So now the debate is going to begin, and there are three teachers on each side going to launch it. On the brain side, I would like to introduce Mrs. Gayatri, and next to her Mrs. Mary, and next Mrs. Wahida. And they are also standing very slowly. You are also clapping into the same measure. And on the heart side, we have Ashwini and Mrs. Bhavani and Miss Divya. So they are going to talk today. They have the brain to speak. If you have the heart to clap, the encouragement will always be there. Now I call upon Mrs. Gayatri to begin the debate.